Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on January 14, 2023, and giving you our team picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comment section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comment section below. Heat vs Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks, 27-15, First Central, pay a visit to South Florida on Saturday to play in the Miami Heat Arena against the Miami Heat, 23-20, First Southeast, for the second consecutive games between the two teams in Miami over a 3-day span. Milwaukee lost to Miami on Thursday night 108-102. Both teams were short-handed. Milwaukee played without Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton, Serge Ibaka, Grayson Allen and Joe Ingles. Tyler Hierro missed the game for Miami. Middleton is the only player not expected back for Saturday's game for the Bucks. Nikola Jovic and Duncan Robinson are out for Miami, while Hierro is questionable. The total has finished under in 23 of the last 33 games that Milwaukee has played in Miami. As mentioned previously, Miami is second best in the NBA in points allowed at 108.8, and Milwaukee is sixth best at 110.9 points per game. The total has finished under in 4 of Milwaukee's last 5 games, and in 20 of the last 27 games Milwaukee has played on the road. Our total pick is under 219.5 points. The total has finished under in 5 of Miami's last 6 overall, and in 5 of the Heat's last 7 at home. Hornets vs Celtics. On Saturday night, the Boston Celtics traveled to the Spectrum Center for a road matchup with the Charlotte Hornets. The Celtics defeated the Brooklyn Nets 109-98 Thursday night. The Hornets lost 124-114 to the Toronto Raptors. The Charlotte Hornets struggled on the defensive end in a 124-114 loss to the Toronto Raptors. LaMelo Ball scored 32 points before fouling out, but they were extremely sloppy with the basketball, giving up the ball 22 times. They rank 10th in pace, and both teams will have plenty of chances in this one. Boston playing without Jaylen Brown against the Nets pushed the tempo, more so than their 16th ranked pace entering this one. Our total pick is over 231.5 points. This will be a track meet of a game with LaMelo on one side and Tatum on the other exchanging blows. Pacers vs Grizzlies. On Saturday night, the Memphis Grizzlies traveled to Gainbridge Fieldhouse for a road matchup with the Indiana Pacers. The Grizzlies are coming off a 135-129 win over the San Antonio Spurs. The Pacers are in action Friday night and will be on the second leg of a back-to-back. Memphis ranks 8th in pace of play entering this contest at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Indiana is banged up and on the second leg of a back-to-back. It remains to be seen if Miles Turner or Therese Halliburton suit up, but lean towards them not playing 24 hours before tip. The Grizzlies are 28-13 on the season and playing an electric brand of basketball. They are second in defensive rating and the second best team on the glass. Our total pick is under 226.5 points. Those two metrics alone will win you a ton of games. Combine that with the short-handed Pacers, and this game will go well under the projected total. Toronto Raptors vs Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks invade the Scotiabank Arena to take on the Toronto Raptors on Saturday night. Although Atlanta is on a back-to-back, I do like the over in this one, as both teams can score, while both defenses also struggle. Toronto's shooting is a concern to hit the over, but the Raptors are 23-19 in hitting the over, while the Hawks are 23-18. Toronto does play at a pace of 99.8 which ranks 27th, but both Atlanta and the Raptors are middle of the pack tied for 16th in defensive efficiency, as neither defense is amazing. The Hawks, meanwhile, play at a pace of 103.4 which ranks 9th, and the 2 times these teams plays this season, the games average 247 ppg. Our total pick is over 232.5 points. In Atlanta's last 10 games, the games are averaging 236.6 ppg, while Toronto's last 10 are averaging 227.7 ppg. Minnesota Timberwolves vs Cleveland Cavaliers. I like the under here as Minnesota will look to slow down the game as the Timberwolves are on a back-to-back, and along with that, the Cavaliers' defense is the best in the league and will shut down Minnesota. The Cavs are 22-21 in hitting the under, while the Timberwolves are 22-20 in hitting the under. Minnesota is playing at a pace of 103.8 which ranks 5th, but their offensive efficiency ranks 16th. Our total pick is under 224.5 points. Cleveland, meanwhile, plays at a pace of 98 which is dead last, and their defensive efficiency is the best in the league. The Cavs will slow this game down and really limit Minnesota's offense which will help cash the under. Utah Jazz vs Philadelphia 76ers. The Philadelphia 76ers will travel to the Vivint Arena on Saturday night to take on the Utah Jazz in a non-conference matchup. The 76ers are 5th in the East with a 25-16 record and are coming off a 133-114 home loss on Thursday to the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Jazz are 9th in the West with a 21-23 record and are coming off a 116-114 home win over the Cleveland Cavaliers on Tuesday. This will be the second and final game against one another as the Sixers picked up a 105-98 home win back on November 13th. When looking at the pace of play, these teams are not playing at a fast pace, as Philadelphia is 25th in the sport with 97.9 possessions per 48 minutes, while Utah is 12th in the NBA with 100.2 possessions per 48 minutes. Neither team has got to the free throw line much this year, as the 76ers are 15th in the sport with 23.9 free throw attempts, while the Jazz are 16th with 23.5 free throw attempts per game. Our total pick is under 235 points. The under has hit in 13 of the last 18 games against one another. Portland Trail Blazers vs Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic is leading Dallas in scoring, rebounding, assists and steals, with averages of 34.2 points, 8.9 rebounds, 8.7 assists and 1.6 steals per game. Christian Wood is the second leading scorer with an average of 18.0 points per game and is one of 4 players for Dallas averaging double figures in scoring. Dallas is scoring an average of 112.1 points per game. Portland looks to snap a 5-game losing streak with a victory on Saturday when hosting the Dallas Mavericks. Portland is 19-22 and 4th in the Northwest Division, 9 games behind the first-place Denver Nuggets. Portland was defeated by the Cleveland Cavaliers 119-113 on Thursday. Damian Lillard was the leading scorer in the loss with 50 points. Damian Lillard is scoring an average of 27.4 points per game to lead Portland and is also the leader in assists with an average of 7.1 assists per game. Jusuf Nurkic is the leading rebounder with an average of 10.1 rebounds per game. Portland has only 4 players averaging double figures in scoring and as a team is scoring an average of 112.1 points per game. The Dallas Mavericks invade the Moda Center to do battle with the Portland Trail Blazers on Saturday night. The Dallas Mavericks have been in pretty good shape as they've won 9 of their last 12 games overall, and they will be hoping to stay hot after outlasting the Lakers in a thrilling 119-115 double overtime road win on Thursday. Luka Doncic led the team with a triple-double of 35 points, with 14 rebounds and 13 assists. Christian Wood added 24 points with 14 rebounds and 5 blocks, while Tim Hardaway Jr. chipped in with 22 points and 8 rebounds. As a team, the Mavericks shot 50% from the field and 14 of 42 from the three-point line as they stormed out of the gates to an early 19-point lead, but they couldn't hold off the Lakers and had to get it done in the second overtime period, where they outscored the Lakers by 11-7. Meanwhile, the Portland Trail Blazers have been in a major slump as they've lost 9 of their last 11 games overall, and they will be hoping to arrest a 5-game slide after getting beaten by the Cavaliers in a 119-113 loss on Thursday. Our total pick is over 229 points.